It's a neighborly day in this beauty wood. Would you be mine? Would you be mine? It's a neighborly day in this beauty wood. Would you be mine? Would you be mine? It's a neighborly day.
Hey, yo, what up? What up? This is your boy JD Jones, and I'm one of your hosts here at
It's a
Neighborhood
neighborly
Talk.
day
Sorry about that, y'all.
in this beauty.
All right.
You let that right out. What's up, Mocca?
What's up, man?
How you feeling over there? Go ahead and let the people know who you are. They all probably already know, but let the people
Yes,
know.
I am your other host, Mocca on the block.
How the day been for you, Mocca?
Man, my insomnia back, so I've been in and out of sleep today, but I'm good now.
I mean, after all that testing to get those certifications, right? I'm sure, you probably owe yourself some sleep,
Oh,
right?
yes. Now he's on to certified ethical hacker.
It's just big shit just happening, man. It just happened. Keep going. It don't stop. And super proud of you, all your accomplishments. But you already know how we get down here at Neighborhood Talk. We want to welcome all of our listeners and our supporters around the world, but allow us a chance to introduce ourselves. We are the newest, the latest, and soon to be most influential Web3 platform to ever exist.
Yes, and I want to let you know if you're new to our space and eager to learn more about our NFT game project, feel free to click the link in our bio or simply check out the Get to Know Us slide that's being displayed above right now. Also, we are doing the latest in-show giveaways. All you need to do is retweet our Twitter space right now, and you qualify for all of our in-show giveaways because we're giving away like some good stuff tonight.
Absolutely, absolutely. Appreciate that, Mocha. Yo, not only is our space, this is our space to display our newest and latest projects, such as Neighborhood Tales, like we mentioned. But we share our space with the dopest guests, and tonight happens to be no exception. Hey, Mocha, can you let our neighbors know around the world who we have the privilege of hosting tonight?
Yes, tonight we have AI Love. I invited you. Okay, you speaking now. So, can you let the people know where you're from?
Oh yeah. Hey, what's going on? What's going on? It's your boy AI Love. I'm out here, man. We're in South Florida right now. You know what I'm saying? Putting it down, putting it down, man. I've been so humbly invited here, man, as a guest speaker today. So we're gonna get down to it. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my man JD. You know what I'm saying? What up, though, fam? You know what time it
What up, Doe?
is? That's right, man. What
Shout
up?
out to you, man.
Shout out to you, Mocha. You know what I'm saying? Let me give you a follow. So,
I
and yo,
appreciate that.
cheers, man. Big ups to yo, cheers. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna turn the space up here. Gonna go ahead and drop the retweet. You do the same. You know what I'm saying? Let's go ahead and get this place jumping and bubbling and brewing, and let's get down to business.
Yo, yeah, man, we love the energy. We appreciate you being on our platform here at Neighborhood Talk. You know, it was a pleasure getting to know, man. Knowing you're from Detroit, man. It sounds like you spent a good portion of your life here, man. So good. It was good earlier to get that fact known about you, man. But talk to our neighbors tonight, man, about how you even got into the Web3 space. Tell us your story.
Man, jeez Louise, man. You know what I'm saying? I've been on my crypto journey for quite a bit of time right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, my whole journey has started off with my first time hearing about crypto, man, Bitcoin. I just like to go there, because I heard about it a few times, but
Yeah.
when I really found out like what it was, I'll never forget it. I was down here, I do sales and marketing. So like one of these and I do rooms, I do phone rooms. I don't know if y'all know what that is, but these
No, what's the phone room?
so
Like,
phone rooms so phone rooms are like where they basically are like, you either run or operate inbound calls, or you create or generate leads. You either do cold
okay,
calling, you know what I'm saying? But it's for particular services. It could be for a
got it.
variety of things, right? But down here,
Okay.
I don't know if y'all ever seen that. Have you ever seen that movie? What's that movie with Vin Diesel, man? You know what I'm saying? So see, these when we say phone rooms, we're talking about like activities like this, right? Like this is what I'm
Yeah.
saying. We working phone rooms is what it's really like. Um, and one of the first jobs I had in sales and marketing was I used to have this like computer repair stuff. Like you see, you like, oh, it's a fake pop up virus and stuff like that, and they treat.
Yeah.
All right, man. So I'll never forget it. I was at this one office, and they were they used to fix and repair the computers. You really did. Weren't cleaning software, get computers running and stuff like that. But I had a client, and they needed their computer in like an hour, and we guaranteed that we would do it, and we were running behind on our servicing. And I'm like, I had to give me a second, let me go run and see what's going on. So I go up to where the technicians were and stuff like that, and they're all huddled up.
Okay.
And I'm like, what the hell is going on over here, guys? Like, everybody okay? They're all excited. They're like, oh my gosh, Bitcoin is. They made the first transaction with Bitcoin. Like, what you mean first transaction with Bitcoin? They're like, yeah, this is. Of course, I heard about the rise of like the name of Bitcoin, but when I found out what it was really this is what really happened. And then they were like, "Yeah, man, this guy bought a pizza." So the infamous story about my man who bought a pizza, and that was around the same time, probably even that day. And that was my first introduction into Bitcoin, really understanding what it was, what use case it was going to have, and from there, I wanted to verify a couple things. So I did my own research and dove in and said, "Hey, man, we seen this spike. Me and my brother, we were, he didn't know what Bitcoin was, but we seen this spike, and when it spiked, it was up to like 20K.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Dropped it like 19, 20K. It's like, and then it took a huge dump, like not too long afterward. And me and my brother were just talking, and he was like, "Man, what do you know about this Bitcoin?" Because he knows I know a lot about tech. Because of course, I was working with the guys that were fixing computers and sales, and I explained it to him, and he was like, "Man, let's go in." So we went in. You know what I'm saying? We bought our own crypto, and got into the game and set up Binance accounts. This is before U.S. Binance. Because now you got Binance, and then you got U.S. Binance. Before that, it was just Binance. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Um, and purchase Bitcoin, and then we start messing around, bro. Like YouTube University, your Trayvons, your Da Vinci's. You know what I'm saying? Craig at the time when we started first messing around with the boys that was doing the interest, like the kind of same sort of thing that happened with FTX, man. It's so funny. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm like, when this happened, I'm like, oh, I already know what's going to happen. It's either you're going to get wrecked and you're going to continue to play, or what you're going to do is you're going to say, hey, man, look, I got wrecked. I'm not touching this again, right? And me and my brother, we both got wrecked, man. Like, no cap, we both got wrecked, and through our own ventures. But from that point on, what happened was like we really started looking at like, okay, how do we get burnt? What was like the differences in like, are we just chasing the money, or are we trying to start, focus on where this technology is hidden? So early on, I had a chance to get big bag of Ethereum, man. You know what I'm saying? We smart contracts and all this stuff, and we're like, man, we're realizing like, dude, it's like, y'all don't like, we know what the future holds. And it all makes sense, dude. Like it all makes sense. I'm like, man, this is just so inexplicably just prevalent to like what the future is going to be capable of. Like, why am I going to pay? For instance, everything is based off of negotiable contracts, right? So if we're in business with each other, and let's say, for instance, you're a sleazy handyman or hustler, right? And you're like, oh, you remember those mechanics used to take in the hood? Like, I'm from Southwest Detroit, so we always had these hood mechanics, and
I think we
every
all
time you
got
go
them.
to them, they fix something, and then they turn around. You know what I'm saying? And 2 weeks later, I went in for my starter. Now my goddamn mufflers fall. How did my muffler start falling? You can't figure it out. And so but everybody go to the hood mechanic, and they but I was like, man, just think about it. If like we set up forms of agreements with each other, man, that can be punched and verified through coding, and funds be released during certain times. So if I say I'm going to do a job and this is what the job is going to cost, We set up a contract. There's materials. Boom. Okay. You go to the store. You punch your stuff in. You're only able to pay for the materials using this access code. Boom. It shows that you verify that you pay for the materials, and then it gets released. And so it was just prevalent that it was the future. But yeah, man.
So you could see the utility, the functionality, all that stuff, and you was like, you know what, I'm gonna just tap in.
Yep, man. This is more than Some people invest different strategies, right? Like some people they go after like percentages. They do arbitrage, right? Like arbitrage. That's how I knew what happened with FTX. I'm like, I don't know why everybody's acting like this is a big deal. Binance and them boys did the same early on. I remember this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like this is nothing new. Anytime huge sums of money float around, especially on something like the blockchain, man, please believe these people are well aware of what's going on. You know what I'm saying? It's just
Yeah,
all about do we say something, do we do something, or do we keep it going as long as we can keep the bag coming in? You know what I'm
facts.
saying? So that's kind of the situation it was in. So, that I had a decision. I had a choice to get with Ethereum, or Cardano, man. And my journey, my path led me, holding close to Cardano, man. Like I just love what Charles has said, man, and love the way he broke things down, love the way, things were really already planned out and written, like mathematically written. People don't even really understand what that means a lot of times, but like these people have really broke the code down to the point to where like the process of the building and development is going to allow for this particular, thing to be during this stage. This is what's going to unlock it during that stage. And so like, where the code is catching up to what has already been the roadmap that has been laid, right? And we're starting to really start to see that because I remember, man, that we were on track to on Cardano, man, because that's my home chain. Like I try to explain to people what that means, but to me, it means everything, right? To somebody else, it may not mean that much. They say, man, I don't give a damn. It's blockchain, whatever gives me the bag, boop, 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 boop. But before NFTs, dog, before a lot of these altcoins shot off like that, like there's a whole history behind my journey into crypto to why I care so much about this particular chain, right? And it so defines who I am as an individual as well. Because I don't know about y'all, but me as an individual, you go through certain things, and you have a vision and you have a goal. And I'm very much so an entrepreneur. So much being an entrepreneur about having the focus and the drive, and you know what I'm saying, and the ideas and the implementation, right? And knowing that not everything is going to go the way that you think it's going to go in its beginning. And so I myself evolved and wrapped up into that mindset of where man, where this technology is going, and the steps in the direction that it's going is like this is the chain that I really want to be to. So through the ups and downs, I have an emotional attachment to something. You know what I'm saying? And they say, man, when you
Right. Yeah.
invest, you don't invest with money, with your feelings. But me and myself in particular, I do have an emotional attachment. I do prefer to step with my feelings, right? Because I feel like,
Yeah.
the world, there's so much of what's wrong with the world is not given, I call it the IDGAFs, right? I'm from the hood, man. I'm from
All right.
Southwest Detroit. I'm from Southwest Detroit, my guy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm from
I'm here
Northwest
to
Detroit. You feel what I'm saying? So when I made it up out of shit, I came right when I left and turned my life around. I started to see the sprinkles. We already had motherfuckers like Tough Tone and Eastside Cheddar Boys. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Shout out Rock Bottom and shit like that. Like those are the people, and there was like a code back then, right? But there was a code,
Yeah.
like the initial operating code, and that's when BMF and boys was running the streets heavy,
Facts.
So there was a whole code operation of where it was honor, and you don't do this and you don't do that, and I started seeing this shift, and I was like, man, it's about to get really, really dangerous. And I left the Southwest right around that time, but what it instilled in me was like, man, hold true to your values, your morals, and your principles, right?
Facts.
And be a stand up individual and a stand up carrier. It's easy to do what everyone else is doing, man. It's always so monkey see, monkey do around here, man. You know what I'm saying? And
Man,
the,
yeah,
the truth of the matter, at the end of the day, that's all we wind up being is a whole bunch of monkeys, right? Like it sounds fucking crazy, but when you're moving like that and when you're operating like that, and that's not funneling and driving the future nowhere but into destruction, right? So I wanted to change that narrative for myself, and I wanted to change that narrative for other people around me. You know what I'm saying? And through technology, through entrepreneurial skill sets, I come to the realization, man, there's a whole future in front of us, bro, to where, as a people, because you know what I'm saying? I'm for my people, man. And I'm like Fubu, man. I'm for the people, by the people.
yeah,
And the thing I don't like to see so much of is that, if you check the lineage, if you check the history, how much has been deprived from us, how much missed opportunity has been misrepresented to us, right? So that when we see
yeah.
something, we're
Facts.
not able to notice its true value, right? You ever notice that they say that
I do. Yeah, like
you don't know something its value until it's gone. I feel like that's what a lot of times the culture really breeds. It doesn't breed
no.
anything of
Yeah,
substance. You're
Yeah,
just trying to
yeah, I feel that. Um,
go on to the next one.
yeah. Speaking of that, I wanted to like see if you can talk to us about your founders cards.
Oh yeah, so basically what I'm doing right now, and I'm my like I said, I started and for those who don't know, I started Twitter, like actually tweeting and stuff like that. I never had a Twitter account. I started my Twitter account like last year, probably like a couple months, like a month ago. Yeah, I think I celebrated my 1 year anniversary not too long ago
Oh, you funny.
on Twitter, huh? And it all started just getting into spaces and engaging, man. And the thing, what it is when you're early in tech, right? And this is just me myself, particularly, that I experienced as a minority. When you're early in tech, it's like, you got to try to find the voices that are around you. You know what I'm saying? As levels of support. Especially when at the at a point in time where everyone is talking and you're talking about sips and all this other crazy stuff. Man, come on, man. I don't do coding, right? But I got common sense. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how to fly a plane.
facts.
I don't know how to fly a plane, but I know how to get on one,
Duh.
right?
Yo, what?
So it was like, man, I was like, damn, these motherfuckers are all too goddamn technical. Y'all are so freaking, you know what I'm saying? Like, dude, just break this shit down in some lamest terms that your average individual, and then, being a voice and then trying to unify, and saying, hey, man, look, there's one thing I noticed is there's a lot of people with ideas, but maybe not the skill sets, right? And last thing you want to see is people ideas get ran away with because they don't have the skill sets, right? And I feel like, when we talk about decentralization and when we talk about the opportunity, a lot of these talks are like, oh, we want to help Africa. No matter who you're talking about, Ethereum, Cardano, whatever. We want to help Africa. And I'm like, man, all these people say they want to help Africa. What about the people, the minorities that are already here? What are we doing to show support to those individuals, right?
Facts.
Where's
And let me,
where's the support there? So yeah, go ahead.
that's real. Let me shout out to Chiz and Tracy, the creator of Neighborhood Tales. To your point, AI, like I saw these guys start up, blockchain companies and tech companies in our community for our community, such as Neighborhood Tales and XODS, Exodus Coin, and give utilities to our community when people really wasn't like when our community really wasn't even focused on this shit. And
Right.
our community still ain't even focused on this, you know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
shout out to our founders, you know what I mean?
You better talk about it.
Wait, you said which one? We said what token?
Exodus.
Yeah. Exodus, yeah.
Exodus. Okay, I think I might have ran into him at an event down here. I'm pretty sure I ran into them,
Yeah.
and I want to say I did. It was like a couple years back. And what was my man's name? Man, I see him on YouTube all the time. This happens, man, and this is what happens when you're early in crypto and stuff like that, man. Like you bump heads to people. Dang, what is his name? He had like the milk token, or I forget his name, man. But this guy, he wanted to be, that was my first time getting Ethereum. That's why I was trying to get to. I was at a crypto event. This is my first. I was such a Cardano maxi. Let me tell you how much of a Cardano maxi I was. Like how serious. When people say, "Man, why you call yourself Mr. Community and stuff like that?" You know, why you
Yeah.
so all about Cardano? Because it's like, man, look, I put the stomp down for what I believe in. Like I'm a fucking Lions fan to this day. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't care. We can play Tom Brady. We can play. You know what I'm saying? Whoever. I don't care. The Lions gonna win this game. You know what I'm
You
saying?
feel me?
That's just how I was. That's how I was. You know,
Who
I
are the
was raised on
Lions?
code and principle. And when you operate off code and principle, you know what I'm saying? Like you fight for what you believe in. But the whole thing I'm getting at is just the impact, right? Like if y'all serious, it comes to the support with me. Like you know, we say we want decentralization, but then we install these social economical structures, right? Like, and to me, it's so counterintuitive to what the true purpose of what it is that we're doing. We don't really have to look for the mass adoption to where we need these VCs funding from those particular skills. We just got to unite enough as a group of individuals and say, hey, man, this is what the motion is going to be, and guess what? It becomes. You know what I'm saying? And I think that so many people forget that and try to, they see an opportunity to take advantage of, like with anything in life, right? This is a tool, man. This is a tool. It's a technology, it's a software, but it's also a tool,
Facts.
right? And a tool is only as good as its craftsman. I always tell people that, man. That's why I'm a craftsman. Shout out to the apes, because the tool is only as good as its craftsman. So, when we have this particular set of technologies, it's up to us to educate our people and
For sure.
tell them, yo, crypto is a scam. You know how many conversations I had with people who told me crypto was a scam? This, bro, I can show you Facebook tweets where I'm telling my boys, man, listen, I'm showing y'all, here go the bag, here go the bag, here go the bag, because I want y'all to find another way out, right? Don't tell me, man. Listen, you out here in the streets, you making $2,500 a day. Good. Drop 1,000 in that bad boy. You're doing something bad, do something good. You know what I'm saying? And trust me, it's gonna
Facts.
get better. I had this conversation with people, man, and they thinking I'm crazy, bro. If Bitcoin shot up to 69,000, motherfuckers wasn't talking about I was crazy no more. Hell, man, I'm talking about some Doge. I'm like, what the hell you doing buying Doge? I'm like, man, listen, don't stop, man. Come get with me, man. Let me, you know what I'm saying? Let me at least educate you. I don't mind if you're doing something, but at least be educated on what it is that you're doing. Don't just be monkey see, monkey do. Because what happened when you monkey see, monkey do? You just look like a bunch of monkeys, right? And
Facts.
so that's the whole
You
thing.
better talk about it.
I don't want nobody to look like no clowns and no fools around, especially if you're around me, right? Like if I touch you, man, we on the same level.
Facts.
I don't think people really, they don't really understand and comprehend that mentality. But I've seen it implemented and I've seen it work, right, in front of me in different dynamics. But business is business. Right? It
Facts.
don't it don't matter if I'm running the streets or if I'm rocking a suit and tie. The metrics are still the same. Sales and marketing is still
Facts.
sales and marketing. So when I say when I touch you, we on the same level, it's because I want you to get. If I touch you, if you don't know, let me show you something. Let me bring you up to where I'm at, right? Because I don't want anybody to understand anything. I want you to understand everything,
Yo,
right?
hey, I hear that Detroit code in you, bro. I feel you.
You
I can hear
already
all
know.
of it. You already know, man. Hey, do us a favor though, man. Talk to our listeners about the Space Cadet show for us. What's the mission there?
Yeah, and back to the founders card. So that's a lot about what we do, man.
Okay.
The Space Cadets is really it came together as a coalition because I like organization, I like structure, right? And I know and can identify the power and strength in numbers, right, and the power of support, and also the power of giving people an opportunity and the power of education. And being as though I've been in the spaces for quite some time. I was one of the first Twitter community voices in Cardano. That was really active and engaging on a day to day basis. But the Space Cadets came together under that umbrella. My buddy Awesome is JL. Shout out to Awesome. I don't know where Awesome is right now. He might be recording something. I know he's one of the biggest music artists in the metaverse, and he always stays recording. So every time I call him, he's like, "Yep, me and Cree about to drop this track." Shout out to Clay's After Dark. I don't know if y'all heard that track, but that was a track drop by one of the Space Cadets just the other day for another space. It's hosted by Billy Clay. He was just in here. and he's one of the clay mods. And that's exactly what the Space Cadets are. We're a collective group of space hosts that host spaces throughout the week. And then basically what we do is we try to create a channel for real time information, right? So we call it real fi. It's just real time information, right? So that we discuss things and they happen inside of our ecosystem and pertaining to other people's ecosystems. And so you might, we got S Dizzle with the chopping block. We got my buddy Mixed Greens. He just come back. Shout out Mixed Greens. You know what I'm saying? He's an OG Mixie boy. He's one of the first people that got me started in spaces. Man, back in the days, it was so finicky on Cardano, right? Like we would host spaces, man, and the mentality and the mindset was totally different than what it is right now. And a lot of that cadence, a lot of that behavior, the shift in behavior, the style, the funk, the swag, it came from people like Mixed Greens. He was one of the first people that was talking cross chain, and I'm talking about, I'm a maxi, so I don't know if y'all keep saying it, but I don't know if y'all really understand what I'm saying. Like I missed hundreds of thousands of dollars because I was such a maxi dog. Like, you know what I'm saying? So at this point in time, when I first Bix will tell you, when I enter Cardano, man, I'm like, man, listen, I don't mess around with any other chains, but straight with Cardano, it's got me here, you know what I'm saying, from so far. And, this is where I really align my forces with. This is when the markets are pumping too. You know what I'm saying? So I got in Cardano so damn dirt cheap. So when the markets is pumping, I'm like, man, I'm so up right now, bro. Like I'm not even y'all can have that. Like I don't really care, right? Like apparently whatever I've thought and whatever I believe is working for me. This markets is pumping and stuff like that. So everyone's making money. But Mix was one of the first people to talk about like Solana blockchains, its effectiveness, how the markets work there. He always used to compare it to Cardano and stuff like that. And he got a lot of flack for actually having a cross chain mentality. You know what I'm saying? Because he was really trying to educate me at the time. I didn't realize he was really just educating me. Like, hey man, there's huge benefits, right? But being stuck in our own ways, it can get you stuck in your own ways, right? Um, but yeah, man. So that's what we do. We come together. We host spaces throughout the week. Every Saturday, we put together spaces directly intended to help the transition of education and onboarding by talking to people in the first hour just about basic topics, man, whether it be sports, news, entertainment. One of our favorite subjects is Kanye West. Shout out my boy Kanye West. I hope they find you soon. You know what I'm saying? Just anything that's popping up with news and it has to do with kind of like tech. And then we help to kind of like transition that and tie that into what we're doing here in crypto. You know what I'm saying? To create a pathway of enlightenment or a vision for people that are entering into the crypto ecosystem. So that's what this space gets really its intention and design is. But we've got plans already rolled out to be, presence at IRL events, creating content. We're such an elaborate group of us, man. And the thing, what it is when you have value as an individual, that's one thing. When you have value as a unit, that's a total another ball game. Like people don't,
That is.
it's the power of supporting each other and being able to help each other take it to the next level, right? And that
Yeah.
just goes through being present. It goes through retweets. Like people don't understand this. All this shit is just an algorithm, right? Who's popular and who ain't popular is just based on the algorithm.
Yeah.
There's ways that you can actually trick the algorithm into getting what you so desire. Right now, I always tell people it's a numbers game, man. If you're focusing on we 30 individuals, but you think that let's say 60 likes or 100 likes, if y'all think that that's something, you think it too small, right? Like and that's my whole goal is like, man, listen, if we move together, if you move as a unit, and you do things individually but collectively, it's going to serve the individual purpose. We're all still owning our own brand. Like I don't own anything that my boy S Dizzle, he got his own thing. Chopping block, that's your thing. You know what I'm saying? We got Get Lost Traveling. Hey, Get Lost, that's your thing. You know what I'm saying? Like we got members from Wallet Wednesday and you know what I'm saying? Like Wild Card, like all kinds of stuff. And whatever you're doing, That's your own individual thing. We just come in as like air support, right? And then we also help to what it does. It allows us an opportunity to take advantage of what when we're in different regions, we're in different areas, so we're running in support of each other. Okay, boom! I put together this for you guys. Here you go. If you're in London, you want to go to this event, boom! We got you. All right, here comes your ear support over here. So now you can get the videographer, or you can get whatever's needed to create the content. And boom, that's your own thing. Though it's still your own bag. You feel what I'm saying? It's just like the mafia. It comes back and okay, you did that. You got your percentage. All right, chip back in the pot, man. And that's really where the mindset comes from, right? And like by us doing that, it allows us to push our own brands out, but also foster new talents. Like my man,
Love that.
you know, my man broken on the blockchain. He's somebody that he's been working in this side of the community. I see him, bro. You're a rising star, man. Huh? Come on in the space cruise and let us, take you under our wings and help. Give you some thrust upwards, just like a
Yeah.
bird, man. You come under
I
my
don't
wing,
know.
we both carry the same
Yes,
thrust.
sir.
Love
And
that. I don't know about you, Cheers. I hear about some I feel like collaboration is gonna have to take place, man.
yeah, and that giveaway. So go ahead and start it. Haha.
I don't start nothing without the horns. Where my horns at?
Go ahead and hit that.
I love the horn.
Oh shit, my horns is broke right now.
Come
Why
on.
my horns so low? Yo, we need some louder horns. Where the horn man at?
That nigga with no
That
break, though.
Oh, oh, we gonna have to kill the horn man tonight.
nigga said, "Stop asking these
Oh
questions."
no. Oh no. Okay. Bet. Who going first? Mocha JD. Mocha JD.
Mm,
Mo, you already know.
okay, what
Mo,
I
go
got
ahead.
it to?
Moke. Give me a number between 1 and 16.
12.
12. Bomb. Billy Clay. Billy Clay, you are the winner of a Shad Mahara key. The Shad Mahara is one of the fastest exotic vehicles in Liberty Island, a game that we're deploying in a couple of weeks. Okay, you are the official winner. Please DM Neighborhood Tales, your Ethereum wallet address. Please join the official Discord. We appreciate you for tuning in. Please DM us. Let's get that over to you immediately. And yeah, we can keep rocking.
Whoa,
Love
whoa, whoa! No, we ain't gonna keep rocking like that. What the hell is this Liberty City game? Why I'm just not
Sir,
finding out
it's
about it? Hold
called,
on, wait a
okay,
minute.
sir,
Oh,
it's called Liberty Owl. It's one of,
Liberty
Oh,
out. Hold up. So
okay.
so
Yeah, Cheers.
so basically, we've been building this open world game for like the last year in Unreal Engine. And it's basically like a mixture between Grand Theft Auto and Fortnite. It's a third person player. But within our game, you own every asset. So in traditional games, as you know, Web 2.0, just regular games, once you restart your game, it's over. You don't own anything. If you purchase skins from those games, you can't sell them and monetize them. You can use them until you're done playing. But once you're done playing, once you're bored with the game, it's over. It's like, everything depreciates in value. But with us, we have limited supply for each thing. So whether it's real estate, whether it's weapons, whether it's apparel, physicals, digitals, everything has a limited supply, and we make sure that our players actually have equity and ownership within this game. So we'll be releasing the beta version in a couple of weeks, single player beta. Uh, and we want everybody to come out and play it. We put a lot of work into it. We put our own money up, so we didn't do the traditional, hey, we're going to mint, give us this money for this game. We'll try to build it. We might give you something fire. We don't know. No. That's not how we played it over here. We're going to give you one of the best games out in the Web3 space and Web2 AAA gaming. And we put our money where our mouth is, and we're real excited, and we can't wait to deploy it. I guess the only thing we have to figure out right now is what blockchain we're going to go to, who we're going to call home, but that all depends on who's going to support the project at the end of the day, because it is fire. We stand by it. I wish my sound guy was on right now, because I definitely needed some horns for that. make my own horns right now. But yes, please, everybody, please retweet this before we get out of here. You know what? As we keep moving on, everybody retweet this. Everybody follow everybody.
Yo.
Everybody join the Discord, and I'm gonna hand this back over to JD and Mocha.
Yo, Mocca, take it away.
Yeah, so we're gonna transition to our capper facts, which is the pretty finalizing part of the neighborhood talk. So basically, we're just going to ask you a series of questions, and then you will reply capper fact, and you give us your reasoning as to why. So the first one is Cardano is one of the best blockchains for NFTs. Capper fact. Hey, you muted if you was talking.
Yeah, no, I hit the say. You know how you hit the sound thing,
Yeah.
and sometimes I be Cardano is one of the best blockchains for it. Man, it depends on what you're trying to do. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't call cap or fact on that, right? Like if you're someone that has like bigger dreams and you need particular sort of funding. Well, I think all blockchains are community based, so it's all about what who's your community and what are you focusing on doing, right? And I believe that that's the correct answer when it comes to what blockchain is better, right? Because I don't think it matters what chain you drop on. You ain't gonna do nothing if you ain't got the proper
Yeah,
support,
the
right?
proper community.
Yep. And I'm Mr. Community Man. Like I don't believe that anything is possible without the help or assistance of somebody else. It's just what level is the help and assistance being provided. So I have to say cap then. That we're saying truth to
Yeah, that's
truth.
real.
With
That's
that
real.
being said, I have to say cap,
Got it.
And I love Cardano.
All right, cool. No, we appreciate that perspective. Hey, as far as NFTs, so the next capper fact question for you: NFTs will phase out in the next 5 to 10 years. Capper fact.
Super cap. Yeah, NFTs aren't going anywhere. A lot of what we identify as NFTs is going to evolve. It's just basically a certificate, man. You know what I'm saying? So, and with that being said, I think certificates are employed amongst every degree of education that is attained. So that's big. That's big cap, man.
Okay, so I mean, I got a follow up question to that. As far as that, I mean, do you think that the NFT, market cap will reach $1 trillion?
Oh yeah, for sure, without a
I
Okay.
doubt.
believe
I
so.
mean, how long do you see that happening? Yeah. I mean, okay, you
I,
can
I
tell me
say,
your
I,
thoughts.
I
Yeah, I want to
say,
know.
I say, you're probably talking about like a 5 to 6 year time span. The thing, like, there are catalysts, bro, that can shift the whole dynamics of everything, and I believe music for our people, man. Oh man, right? Because we control the culture, man. Like,
Right.
I don't care what anybody say. You can say what yeah, y'all boys been dribbling, but we hold the rock. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like I'm not trying to cut on anybody. It's just it is what it is. Like you know what I'm saying? You don't see you like man, come on, man. I remember, bro. Like I remember long tees and bagging and states putting ban on sagging and I mean all this stuff, right? But then
Yeah.
you look around and like look how the culture's embraced. You know what I'm saying? But this has been go to started hip hop. Go before hip hop. Go to R&B, blues, all this stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? Like the culture is overly explained and overly been demonstrated, right? And so
Yeah.
we throughout history we've been imitated, man. You know what I'm saying? Like check the lineage. You've seen what they did when the Romans got to Egypt. They said, "I can't believe it." You know what is this? Oh no, destroy it all. Take all the knowledge. They don't know. Way. No way. No way these groups of people have been able to accomplish so much.
Yeah. No,
You know
that's
what I'm
facts.
saying? And hold dominance. So it is what it is, man. But the music scene, bro, that's really, really, that's our lane. And I feel like with that being a catalyst, bro, all it takes is for the right individual to run the right
Facts.
plan, and people not only just, it's different when I succeed, right? But it's a big difference when we succeed, right? And,
100%.
and if I support you early on, if I'm one of your early on supporters, man, and I'm able to see some recuperation from that, bro. So damn, you mean to tell me, oh yeah, man, I bought this dude's album, one of his first in the music NFTs, and because I own one of his first music NFTs, I was able to get a share of his, his content and a portion of the content, because it actually helped funnel and fuel and build the media marketing group that he was able to actually extend that arm off of. And I believe that's one huge catalyst people are sleeping on. So I would say probably the next 5 to 7 years,
Yeah.
if the technology and and the legalities behind it, which I believe that's all smart contracting is, the legalities written in code, right?
Yeah.
I feel like once that's implemented in the royalty distribution, man, sheesh, y'all like it's over, dude. Like,
Yeah, I see NFTs crossing over into multiple different industries. Yeah, I don't know if you heard
can
me.
you imagine if I own a song, and this song gave me titles to, like, first down, like any kind of fashion, like a Gucci shirt, or you know what I'm saying, like whatever it is, like, and you can tie this into,
It's
okay, now
overrated.
if you got this particular NFT, this tied to this event, we're gonna have you a cut, we're gonna do 3D rendering on this fashion, and we're all going to vote on it. And then when we, whoever wins on the vote, then that's actually going to be rendered. And if you own this particular NFT with this rarity that's got this music track, man, come on, it's like so many ways you can peel this onion and skin this cat. It's
So we had lost connection somehow.
Man, let me
Uh
just say this. I just want to say this. I gotta say this. This is one of the best spaces I've ever been in. Like,
look at the
I'm
horns, where the
glad you love it,
horns?
man.
no cap. Like, man, I can't wait. Like, this, man, listen, man. Man, put some seasoning on your reason, man. Y'all hear me say it all the time, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all so sauced up in here, man. You know what I'm saying? And this is what our people need, man. You know what I'm saying? Because this is what makes them feel comfortable. You know what I'm saying? And that's my passion. But look, man, say what you want. I'm not arguing with nobody about this subject or this title matter right here, right? I'm not gonna argue with this because the numbers speak for themselves. So if I got a passion, this is my desire, this is what I want to focus on, I'm gonna push that narrative until I'm blue in the face because it's important to me, right? Traditional finance, um, and traditional tech, man. So we left out over 60%. You know what I'm saying? Over 60%, man. You know what I'm saying? Where the inclusion is not there. And the only way it's going to change is when we the pioneers, we advocate and we march and we have those bridges of communication so that our people can understand, right? And we are able to explain to them, our use cases and why this isn't a scam and how this can benefit their businesses. And not only that, look, man, you know where we come from. You know what I'm saying? Do y'all think this was going on over there? The predatory lending practices, the harvesting of resources, right? Like, why shouldn't them people be in control of their stuff? You know what I'm saying? And we have the biggest economic power punch. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to the numbers, don't lie. So when we have spending and purchasing power, we're number one. Why would we want to weaponize that to our benefit? You know what I'm saying? And that starts off with education and informing, man. I know so many kids out here, man. They feel like, because I was one of them kids, man. Go coming up in the hood. That's all I saw was the hood. You know what I'm saying? All I saw was the streets. So that's all I knew. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I try to go to school, try to get educated. I get kicked out of school because of a Columbine rule, dog. Something that happened in Colorado ain't got none of my people ain't never did none of
Yeah.
this crazy stuff. You know what I'm saying? Y'all implementing these rules because y'all know that we're prone to visiting the principal's office more. So this gives you an opportunity to expel us out of the educational system. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that was particularly targeted and weaponized against us, because they know we come up in broken households, and our attention span is very short because of the kind of diets that we're forced to eat. All this stuff is already pre-programmed. They know what happens when you give kids Pop Tarts and sugary substances for breakfast, and then you got them diagnosed with this ADHD and whatever else, you want to throw out there in the world. You know what I'm saying? So let's not be ignorant of the fact that the living conditions and the oppositions that we have to that we both we come against. You know what I'm saying? And how it's actually been put in. This is not up for debate. When I say it ain't up for debate, man, the facts are there. You know what I'm saying? You look at the hit, just trace the lineage, trace the history. Freeway Rick and Ross, man, they let this man operate on a grandiose scale. a great. Just think about stuff like that, and then so we know what we come up against and what we're battling up against. So it's time to kind of put that power back in our hands. You know what I'm saying? And because we are much more than just the drug dealer, or just the woman selling her body and stuff like that. We have the most beautiful minds. We are creators. We are innovators. They say the
Facts.
father of innovation is necessity. You know what I'm saying? So when things were necessary, we start to create and we start to innovate. And it's always been our talents, our thresholds that we obtain, right? And so
Yes.
we got to have stuff like this to where, oh man, I'm excited to be educated, to learn, and to inform. So I just wanted to say, man, listen, this space has been awesome and phenomenal. And I know that many blessings is going to come to this space, man. This room going to fill up to a multitude. So it's going to be one of the hottest spaces of 2023. I'm calling it right now.
Come on. Come on.
Because I like speaking things in the affirmations. You know what I'm saying? Like
Come
when
on,
I
bro.
touch somebody, you coming with me, man. And I just feel so blessed, man. Yo, cheers, man. Thank you so much. You know what I'm saying? Like, just showing love and support, man. Y'all came on Cardano to build, with Baron in the game, man. Shout out to Black Center family. Y'all see
Yeah.
me rocking my oatmeal. I ain't took down my oatmeal.
Come on.
Yeah.
I ain't taking it down. To my brother Mental, I'm not taking down my oatmeal because I want this to be a reminder for my community of what it is that we have, right?
Yeah.
And sometimes that can be overlooked because of some people look at prestige in a particular type of way and feel like, oh, this individual is doing X, Y, and Z, X, Y. No, man, the individual ain't have to do nothing. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? That the fact that the individual is even participate, man, it is going against the grain. You know what I'm saying? And not only that, it's like this is the same group of people that are being left out again. So I'm not no until we do certain things. This is how I'm rocking. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep my Black Santa on. Until Black Santa sell out, I'm keeping my
Come
Black
on.
Santa on because if anybody ever asks me or challenge me or question me, I'm gonna pull it up to your face. Hey man, what are you doing? Right. So what I do is I put the stomp down for what I believe in. You know what I'm saying? And when the moment I ran into Black Santa, we started engaging. I found out, okay, damn, Baron, part of this, man, how do you find his way here? Oh, he been here? He been, okay, cool, man. So, and my man's really like active and about that and, providing the opportunity for other people, right? Like my buddy, as Dizzle, he's out in LA. And, when they were mentioned, I said, man, I know you get certain access and privileges. I said, man, let me get one for my boy S Dizzle because I know he's on rapping and he's in music, and let me give him a tool so that he can use to employ to help fulfill and funnel out and cast out his dream. And I believe that showing that level of love and support and belief, and I think that's how we really take this to the next level. And if Dizzle pop off, you know what I'm saying? God bless him. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, that's what it was supposed to do, and I believe he will. Like I believe everybody that I deal with, we're gonna pop off big. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it when it comes to me because that's my mentality. Like I didn't play in the streets. I don't play. I don't play in my day-to-day life. I just really don't have too much time for playing. I have time to demonstrate. That's it. If you violate, we demonstrate. So, and that's my narrative. Like, okay, I'm not gonna beg you. I'm not gonna beg anybody to do anything. This is decentralization, right?
Facts.
What I will say is, hey, this is the way. This is the path. You don't believe me? Watch me demonstrate, right? And then one way or another, you're gonna come to, right? And I circle that back around to where we're at with cryptocurrency and where we're at in particular with where I feel with Cardano. It's like, hey, I don't have to I don't have to state my case for too much longer, right? Like everything that I saw in the future in the future from what I understand from people that are much smarter than me, you know what I'm saying? That this is gonna wind up being the case. So time is just gonna go. You just gotta be patient sometimes and let things run their course, right? And eventually, those that were doubting and naysaying will eventually come to and say, "Man, you know what? We were wrong." It's the same way I can admit that I was wrong by being a maxi, right? I had to come to that realization, like, man, this crypto thing is much bigger than Cardano, Ethereum, Bitcoin, right? That's not what really got me here, and that's not where its conception came. Its conception came from being able to disrupt the distribution of power, right? And with that, provide opportunities. And so that's where I really come from, and that's where I really resonate. I think that even though things may fall away from its origin, the apple don't never fall too far away from the tree. So things are going to circle and cycle back around to its original necessity. In fact, I have a joke because I took a couple of days off of social media. I had some family in town and a friend in town, and I told people, "Oh man, I went into the future." And let
Yeah.
me tell you what I seen in the future. Everything, everything was done in native tokens. It wasn't even crypto. It wasn't even like Cardano or Ethereum. It was all about the native token. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's going to be the path forward. I don't feel like it'll be this chain or that chain. It won't be that so much as what token it is. Okay, this is a native token from this one, and this is the native token from that one. And that's really where a lot of crypto is really going to start branching and building out and having different use cases. And I feel like that's the most strongest way for us moving forward in crypto. Like Ethereum would be one thing,
Facts.
but it would always be about the native tokens that we're doing, man.
I love that, man. No, for real, the native tokens will always be the grandfathers. Hey, man, AI Love, man. There you have it, man. AI Love from Detroit native, man. Just came through, man. Spread it, the community love. I know why your last name on Twitter is Love
Man,
now,
you got
man,
so
because
much
you're spreading all the
knowledge.
love. So much knowledge, man. Thank you for having it, man. Appreciate you being on our platform here, Neighborhood Talk, and talking about it,
When
man, and
y'all
giving
host
us.
these, when y'all host these spaces, what is this?
We do them.
Tuesdays and
We do them
Thursdays.
like, yep, Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Like Joe's, well, it was one of my favorite things. One
You
of my
coming
favorite
back?
songs.
You coming back? We gotta we
Oh,
gotta
no,
get
man,
you
no,
back,
no, you're not coming back. I'm
and
coming
we
back to
gotta get
reinforce. Man, look,
Austin
I'm coming.
JL in the building, man.
You already know. Hey, that's my brother. Yeah, hey, this my brother. Hey, that's my brother, for real, man. I feel awesome showing that day. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's my guy. Like, I bonded with a lot of people, but me and him really meshed at CNFT Con. Awesome is also a founder of Space Cadets, where you know what I'm saying. He initiated the idea. In fact, Awesome, tell your side. Would y'all mind if Awesome just gave his side of the story? Because I always got my side of the story, but I want y'all to really hear like how me and him even came to be, because he wasn't even really, he used to come to Twitter, but just periodically. You know what I'm saying? He used to come periodically, and then Awesome, just go ahead. You John mind if he spilled this little piece real quick?
Nah,
Yeah,
go ahead.
absolutely.
Yo, 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 it's your boy Awesome as JL, aka the biggest music artist in the metaverse. What's good, neighborhood? Man, I had to come through,
What's
show some
good?
love. Shout out to Mocca. Shout out to JD. Yo, shout out to Chiz, the homie Chiz, man. What's good? He's actually one of the first people that actually told me about this space. And he had asked me, he was like, man, we need you to come by neighborhood. So, here I am. And you guys got the homie AI Love up here. And I see a couple more people from the Space Cadets as well. We got Crypto Kev in the building. We got Mixed Greens in the building. We got Broken on a Blockchain. That's our newest member of Space Cadets out here in the building. What's good with you? But yeah, AI. So the story with me and AI, pretty much I was on YouTube doing my thing, man, putting out content for CNFTs, right, which is Cardano NFTs. That's pretty much how I started in NFTs. Before that, I was on Binance Smart Chain, like trading a lot of altcoins, making them DJing games. You know what I'm saying? So I jumped into NFTs on Cardano, and lo and behold, I really honestly, like, I didn't see nobody that looked like me talking about NFTs on Cardano, let alone really seeing many people talking about NFTs, period. So I was like, yo, you know what? I got enough knowledge on this. Like, so I'm gonna just jump in and just pump out videos every day. You know what I'm saying? So last year I just jumped on YouTube, started putting out videos every single day. And ended up getting a following about 3,000 subscribers. I was just pumping out videos. I still do it to this day. Last year I put out like 600 videos. You know what I'm saying? So I was just Yeah,
Sheesh.
so I was just pumping them out.
Yeah, you
Dog,
been
see, I
working
don't
and
know if y'all
grinding.
know. Dog, that's crazy. Okay, there's only 365 days in a year, man. There's only 360. My brother put out 600
Yeah,
videos, dog. That's
Man
crazy,
been
dog.
working.
Like that's that grind. But I'm telling you, man. If I touch you, we don't play. You know what I'm saying? We grind every day. But damn, awesome. Woo! I mean, I just gotta give you your flowers on that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because people act like it don't exist. People act like it don't exist, man. But I'll be like, no, man. It really is. There's really grinders out here, man. So
Yeah, so
go ahead.
yeah, with that being said, AI reached out to me. He just reached out to me. He was like, "Hey man, I like your content." He was like, "Why ain't nobody why people acting like you ain't here?" And I was like, "Bro, you can pretty much guess why, bro." So we kind of got together and we was like, "You know what? Let's take this thing over to Twitter Spaces because AI was already prevalent in Twitter Spaces." So I pulled up on him. He's like, "Yeah, this Twitter Spaces, this where it go down." You know what I'm saying? Just kind of introduced me to Twitter Spaces. I had been on here before, but not like after AI tapped in with me and kind of showed me the ropes of what was going on. I was like, "Oh, this is what's going on." And he showed me the spots where you get all the alpha, all of that. And so once I seen that, we was like, you know what? We should do a Twitter space. Let's do our own Twitter space. And then we started our own group called the Space Cadets. And we was like, initially it just started out. Like I said, we was looking for people who looked like us, that was into the culture that we in. You know what I'm saying? Indigenous culture, black folks culture, or so-called black folks. You know how it go. But yeah, so we just bonded together and we was like, okay, let's form a group. Let's bring more people in. You know what I'm saying? That we really rock with. And that's how the whole thing was born. And so we started doing spaces every Saturday at 10:30 EST. And then we just kept growing this group. And the what I like to call the group is we're like the Web 3.0 Wu-Tang. So like we super deep. Like now we got about 30 members right now. And it's it's kind of ironic because a lot of us make music too. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I was like, we like the Web 3.0 Wu-Tang. We got a group of designers, developers, rappers, producers, animators, like all these different type of people in one group, and that group is called the Space Cadets. So major shout out to the Space Cadets, man. We deep. We just nowadays, man, we just networking. We bringing people into our space, introducing them to our live audience that we have every week. Of course, I'm still on YouTube. So yeah, man, the connections have got pretty deep. We actually also had the privilege of throwing one of the very first CNFT award shows by way of Twitter Space as well. And so that's another thing that we kind of did last year, which took off, and it had a pretty good turnout. We had over 25,000 votes for the nominees. So it turned out pretty good. So we looking to do something else with that this year. Expand, maybe do it live at CNFT Con. But yeah, that's pretty much the story of the Space Cadets.
fire story, man.
And,
Fire.
and I mean, and look, man, it's all about strength in numbers. It's all about showing support, and it's all about building together brands, right? And one huge thing that we are really about to go into transition is localizing the sponsorship, like localized sponsorship. Like, we want to be able to present to smaller business owners an opportunity to get promotion for their brands, awareness. You know what I'm saying, and also an opportunity to help educate them on blockchain, cryptocurrency technology, and how it's going to be
Bro,
used in the future and how they
I
can
love
use
it. Y'all did it, dog. Like y'all did it awesome, good, man. I'm so thankful, man. There you have it, man. Hey, y'all, right now, man, we heading over to our Discord, man. We got movie night. New Jack City is showing, man. We're all heading over there. All you have to do is click the link in our bio. We're giving away $100,000 in cash prizes, y'all. It's for real. So head over to our Discord for our latest drops. I'm JD Jones. Y'all can find me everywhere at JD Jones at Mocca. I appreciate this sharing this space with you. AI, man. We got to collab. We got to connect.
Love it.
Hey man, where they watching, man? Send me the link. Send me the link
We
to the
sending
New
you the
Jack
link right now,
City.
Yes.
man.
Click that
I'm already
Discord link
pulled
in our
up right
bio,
now.
neighborhood NH Tales.
Yeah.
But I did want to thank you for coming out, and I did want to thank the guests for tuning in to episode 23 of Neighborhood Talks. Y'all can find us again in Shells on Twitter, Neighborhood Tales on every other platform: YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, Discord, TikTok, IG, everything. And y'all can find me on IG and Twitter as Mocca on the Block. And I also just wanted to say, like, hey, everybody follow everybody. It's a part of community building. So it's great to have each other here, but we got to stay connected as well. So I just want to say, everybody have a good night and thank you.
Peace.
It's a neighborly day in this beauty wood. Would you be mine? Would you be mine? It's a neighborly day in this beauty wood. Would you be mine? Would you be mine? It's a neighborly day.